team 3 finished, their time was 5:10, so amazing. Practice does make a difference. They finished in the 79th percentile. We're gonna be talking about team 1. And so this simulation is kind of different in terms of my approach. So all my classes have a team component because that's what industry, that's where we're leading to. So that's a corporate advantage for us. But one of the things I think was very different is that we balanced the teams. There were 36 people, students in the class, 6 teams, and we had to balance that. So I had help with Dr. Rudebach and Professor Nixon. So all these teams, it's on the books, they were evenly matched. The difference is the core competencies and how they put that together. And you should see this in our team, our next team, number 1 team that finished among all these great teams, and that is team 4. Team 4, you up.
All right, thanks. Let me get that pulled up. Okay, can everybody see that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sweet. So good morning, everybody. My name is Justin Kuntz, and I was the president of Team 4, Team Digby, and we're going to walk you through our road to first place today. So to introduce our team, I was the president. Andrea was our VP of Finance. Savon was our VP of Marketing. Brittany was our VP of HR. Matthew was in charge of R&D, and Noah was the VP of Production. So for our presentation today, first we're going to walk through just an overview of the simulation and answer the question, how did we perform? Then Savon's going to go over our customer satisfaction and talk about how our products lined up with customer needs. Noah's going to talk about labor costs, how we can increase our margins. Andrea is going to talk about our financials. And then finally, we're all going to wrap up and talk about what we learned from this presentation. So first, I'm going to take the simulation overview and answer the question, how did we perform? So this slide kind of tells the story of our simulation. So the simulation starts in 2023 and we had 8 rounds. And so in the first year, we finished second in balanced scorecard, which is the total measure of how we performed among the teams. And we were in the 88th percentile nationwide. But then by the 4th round, we were hitting 98th percentile nationwide every round and finished first place in the balanced scorecard in rounds 2 through 8 for the class. So we really kind of found our groove in round 2 and 3 and just kind of kept that going throughout the rest of the simulation. So overall nationwide, competing against this simulation is used by schools such as Penn State, Florida State, BYU, and other top institutions. And so we were really pleased to finish the 99th percentile nationwide. And now Savon's going to talk to us about customer satisfaction.
Thank you, Justin. So I'll be talking about the customer satisfaction and how our products lined up with our customer needs. For the average customer survey score, we did a really good job of understanding our customers and paying attention to the customer criteria as it changed throughout the simulation. And we had the highest average in 4 out of the 5 segments. And the correlation that we saw was that the teams with the highest average were the teams typically led in the industry. For the market share, we led with 26.6%, and 2 major factors that helped our market share was our innovation as we hit the ideal positioning points in each segment. And then for our pricing, we had a competitive price, which allowed us to maintain our market share. For our total sales, we made $253 million in sales, and we actually saw a $26 million difference between our team and the team in second place. And now I will pass it off to Noah to talk about the labor costs.
Thanks, Avon. So I'm going to be talking about our labor costs and how we were able to increase our contribution margin. And the way that we did this is we focused on automation. The benefits of increasing automation is that it reduces our labor costs, increases the contribution margin. The one drawback to that is it increases the time that it takes for R&D projects to be completed. But for our Dell product, which is our low-end category, we only had to do R&D on that once. So increasing that up to 5 to 10 was really, really helpful in getting our contribution margin up. And in total for the simulation at the end, round 8, we averaged 52.7% contribution margin, and the second place team was at 50%. So we had them beat by 2% in that. And I will now pass it on to Andrea, who will talk about our financial structure.
Hello, my name is Andrea, and I will be talking about finance because I'm a vice president of finance. And our financial goal was to create and maintain successful financial structure. As you can see from this table, our team, Digby in blue color, was the only team across the competition that managed to avoid taking out emergency loan, which was the first step in the right direction. As we know, consistency is key in achieving long-term results. So since year 3, marked in the red circle, our stock price started drastically increasing and we never looked back. And the primary goal of any business is to earn money. And in our case, we managed to gain over $200 million in profit. In comparison, the second best team only managed to gain 95 millions. So we had a big gap between us and the rest of the competition. I'll be passing on to Matt.
Now, when we asked the question, what do we learn in this simulation? Something that I thought that I learned was that our teamwork was super important. I thought that we all coerced very well. We worked incredibly well together. And I feel that it shows in our results. We were all, at the beginning, we really talked about what position we wanted to be in. And I think that we were all in the position that we were most comfortable with, and it allowed us to be successful. Brittany?
Yeah, I learned that you really have to just put your faith and your trust in your teammates, and just I learned to rely on them, and it really helped the further we got in that I trusted them. And then I'm going to pass it back to Andrea.
I learned that it's very important to be up to date with what other departments are doing within the team, so I can make sure that we avoid taking out emergency loans and we can just focus on growing the company. So next is Noah.
I had to learn that even though I was only in charge of production, I also had to think about what R&D, marketing, and finance was doing in order to maximize our decisions for the best benefit for the company. Savon?
I learned the importance of understanding the customer as the customer needs change throughout the simulation, and now I'll pass it off to Justin.
So the most important thing I learned was that we needed to start aggressive and stay aggressive. We have a lot of respect for all the other teams competing with us, and we knew that if we were to let off the gas at any time, that those teams would be right on our tails. So we just really wanted to stay aggressive with our decision making and just to stay ahead of the market. And so with that, that is all we have. We're now open to any questions.